Welcome back. We are closely tracking Hurricane Irma tonight as it steadily churns towards South Florida. We're going to go over now to ABC 7 Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with the first alert forecast and the changes in this storm's path.
Yeah, the new advisories, Scott, have come out, and it tells us that we are in a hurricane warning, meaning we are expecting hurricane force winds here in Manatee, Sarasota, Hardee, DeSoto, and Highlands counties within the next 48 hours. And the timing of those heavy winds appear to be, again, late Sunday into early Monday morning. And then by sunrise on Monday, those winds should be abating by then and turning back toward the west-southwest. This is a massive storm. We saw a comparison between Andrew and Irma, and this is about 2 times the size of the storm of Andrew. And you know what Andrew did, caused $26 billion worth of damage into southeast Florida. This is an amazing storm, and it looked like we were going to see it maybe interact a little bit more so with Cuba. But now it appears that it's going to maybe miss it and stay out over the warm waters there, which are into the upper 80s to low 90s. You see a little jog almost to the west. It's moving mainly west, but there's a little bit of motion off toward the north right now. The reason why it's slowing down is because the high pressure ridge that had been driving it is also now at its end as far as influencing this particular storm. Top winds remain at 155 now, and it could go higher. In fact, the Hurricane Center believes it will be a Category 5 within just a few short hours, I should say. By Sunday, 2 a.m., a Category 5 hurricane, 160-mile-an-hour winds. There have only been 3 Category 5 hurricanes ever to hit the United States. One in the Keys, one across southeast Florida, and another on into the Gulf Coast states with Hurricane Camille. 4 Category 4 making landfall, it looks like. And then if you project that up right through DeSoto and Hardee counties, that would be a Category 2 or possibly a light 3, and there's nothing light about a 3. Winds will be in excess of 111 miles an hour sustained in those counties, a little less near Sarasota and Manatee County, but still I am anticipating hurricane force winds here. The new warnings now have been updated through the computer. You can see that this is a hurricane warning in effect from Anna Maria southward all the way around Florida into the Florida Keys and up near just north of Fort Pierce. So that is a hurricane warning. And power outages will be widespread across the state as these strong winds make their way inland throughout the day. Sunday evening, I suspect that most everyone will be without power here along the Sun Coast. Well, more in the forecast coming up in a few minutes. Scott?
Okay, Bob, thank you. Now the very latest from our emergency managers here on the Sun Coast. In Manatee County, a mandatory evacuation is underway for people living in mobile homes or within the county's evacuation level A areas. That means the barrier islands, locations along the Manatee River, low-lying areas. 22 of Manatee County's 24 temporary shelters are now open. If you are evacuating, you should bring 2 forms of identification with you to ensure a smooth re-entry back into your home after the storm. If you're not evacuating, be aware that first responders will not be able to help you when winds reach at least 45 miles an hour or greater. Manatee County schools, again, will be closed on Monday. Also, bridges to Anna Maria Island will close to westbound traffic beginning Saturday evening at 6 p.m. And anyone who wants to drive onto the island after that time will need 2 forms of identification. Now in Sarasota County, mandatory evacuations are underway for flood zone A, barrier islands, mobile homes, RVs, and low-lying areas that could be affected by storm surge. If you are in one of those areas, you have until 8 o'clock tomorrow night to evacuate. Shelters that are currently open include Booker High School, Woodland Middle, Atwater Elementary, both in Northport, and then Brookside Middle School in Sarasota. Pet-friendly shelters include Brookside Middle and Woodland Middle. And they ask everyone that brings their animals to the shelter to do so in a crate. Also, schools will be closed on Monday in Sarasota County, possibly beyond. All county beaches, parks, and libraries are closed. On Saturday, Sarasota County area transit buses will be operating for free to help with evacuations. However, service will be suspended at 6 p.m. and there will be no service, of course, on Sunday. Now, many people trying to beat the storm and evacuate the area. The interstate is backing up a little bit there in Sarasota County in the northbound lanes right around Clark Road north to Fruitville. But yesterday it was all red on the map, so it is an improving situation at least tonight. And then here's a live look at traffic on I-75 right now. You can see traffic is moving. It's a little slower than it typically is, but we are seeing some progress as people continue to try to head north. Here's a look at the traffic in the center of the state. This is a look at how busy I-75 is in Marion County. That's near Ocala, south of Gainesville. They're now allowing drivers to use the shoulder of the road to try to keep more cars heading to the north. Governor Rick Scott is warning that residents in South Florida only have hours left to evacuate. Hundreds of thousands of Florida residents are already seeking shelter or driving north before Hurricane Irma rips into the Sunshine State. ABC's Molly Hunter is in Daytona Beach along Interstate 95.
Anywhere in the state, if you're told to evacuate, leave, get out quickly.
Florida Governor Rick Scott pleading with Floridians and tourists to get out and get out now any way they can.
Evacuations are not convenient, but the goal is for them to be safe.
At airports across the state, desperate vacationers are showing up without reservations.
And we spent hours trying to find flights, and it's just been awful. We haven't slept, we've barely eaten since we've been here, just trying to find a way out.
Long lines and angry passengers. Airlines have added nearly 11,000 more seats since Wednesday, trying to bring in bigger planes. American Airlines adding more than 4,300, United more than 1,500, and Delta more than 5,000. Airlines even capping fares starting at $99 amid complaints of price gouging.
They're banging like everybody's evacuating, everybody has to go.
But right now, every single flight sold out. Look at this screenshot, this cluster of planes, more than 300 flights leaving Florida today.
So at this point, are you planning to ride the storm at the airport?
If need be, this is where I'll be, because I don't want to be in the middle of it. I want to go home, but there's nothing else I can do right now.
And that's exactly what officials want to avoid. Miami International just announced they'll bring passengers without flights to shelters in the area. And for those who hit the road, we're up on I-95. It's one of the main freeways moving north, and up near us, it's moving fine. Down south, inching along. Officials say 4,000 cars an hour are passing through before it's too late. Molly Hunter, ABC News, Daytona Beach.
And if you are trying to fly out of town, you still can until tomorrow. Sarasota Bradenton International Airport will close tomorrow night at 8 o'clock and stay closed until Monday morning. American Airlines is canceling flights after 5:30 this afternoon. Delta is canceling flights after 6:40 p.m. tomorrow. But Delta has added flights to JFK in New York. All flights out of SRQ have been canceled for Sunday, and any return flights to Sarasota or Bradenton are to be determined by Monday after the storm passes through our area. Now, it looks like you won't be able to book a hotel room through the weekend here on the Suncoast. We called more than 20 hotels in Sarasota and Manatee counties and found that they are all booked until Monday. Hotel owners that we talked to are stocking up on supplies and getting backup generators. Some hotels are also lifting their pet policies. So if you are heading to a hotel, you may want to call first and check on their current policy. Well, with Hurricane Irma heading our way, there are a lot of do's and don'ts that people need to keep in mind as they prepare for the storm. ABC 7's Bo Beth Yates has a list of some of the most common mistakes that could make or break your hurricane recovery efforts.
We're all familiar with tips like turning down your fridge and refrigerator in preparation for power outages during a storm. But there are some storm safety misconceptions that can cause more harm than good.
Tape really isn't going to help. All it's going to do is keep the glass in one piece when it breaks.
Chris Hartman from Kingsway Ace Hardware is talking about one of the biggest misconceptions when it comes to storm readiness. That is, taping your window to protect it during the storm. Hartman says during his 20-odd years in the industry, he's seen people make the taping mistake as well as a lot of other ones.
Opening your window is not a good idea at all. Once the wind gets in your house, it's going to blow out other windows and ceilings and soffits and everything.
But there is a right way to secure your doors and windows. Handyman Ralph Mercier says you should cover them with metal shutters, and if shutters aren't available, plywood will also work.
The good way is to use the clips and then clip it, and then you push it up against the wall. But we only have 12 of them, so we got to use, like we used over here, we had to use screws.
And does that work?
That works.
And while properly covering your doors and windows will help to secure your home or business from the hurricane-force winds, Hartman says some of the other biggest mistakes made during a storm are human-related errors that can be avoided.
Flashlights definitely. Candles are not a good idea. They put out heat, and if you knock them over, they're going to start a fire. Never put a generator inside of a house. You'll die from carbon monoxide poisoning.
Coming outside during the storm is another major mistake. Officials say you should stay indoors until you get 100% all clear because you may be in the eye of the storm. Bobeth Yates, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Bobeth, thank you. Still to come in your Suncoast News, getting your financial information in order. What you can do now to make sure your insurance policies are good to go before the storm.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our autumn upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC 7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop pad that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
The corners of a city street, a table and a cafe seat. I've got you everywhere I go. You're everywhere, got you everywhere, everywhere I go.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our autumn upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
As Irma inches closer to the state of Florida, it becomes increasingly hard for people to find the necessary supplies to prepare for it. And at this point, there's only some limited time to try to get done what you need to. ABC 7's Dwayne Lindo joins us live from the Home Depot in Sarasota with how it's looking there. Dwayne?
Well, Scott, people have been in and out of those doors nonstop since this morning. Some shoppers I spoke with frustrated and exhausted, just not being able to get the items they desperately need. Now, this Home Depot location had been receiving shipments throughout the week, but as soon as they got it, they were seeing shelves cleared of water, generators, flashlights, and numerous other items. And it's not just here, but all over the Suncoast. Management says there's a reason availability is extremely scarce. It's due to resources being directed to those that will be hardest hit, specifically the Miami area. And management admits it's been tense the last few days here at the store when everyone found out the storm was tracking west.
We just got a truck of plywood in and it sold through within an hour. We had a lineup greater than what we even received. So from a product perspective, most of those first emergency response items that were listed on websites or from the governor's list for the state, we've sold through already.
It's last minute mode. I've never seen the city like this. It's boarded up. Every house you drive by, every business, they're pretty much getting ready for the worst.
Now, this store closes at 7 o'clock, so if anyone wants to stop by to see what they have, you guys have roughly an hour and a half to try to come here and get here before it closes. Also good news, once the storm passes, management says they'll have a shipment with recovery supplies ready to go with items such as chainsaws, tarps, and roofing material. Hopefully by Tuesday or Wednesday morning. Reporting live in Sarasota, Dwayne Lindo, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you so much, Dwayne. Now, as you're getting ready for Irma, make sure to grab a hard copy of your insurance policy and take photos of your home and your belongings. Florida Chief Financial Officer Jimmy Patronis wants property owners and renters to understand what their policies actually cover and what deductibles they may have to pay once the storm passes and the damage is done. Patronis says having detailed information about what you own before the storm is the best way to speed up the claims process. For more information, just go to myfloridacfo.com. There's also a phone number you can call. It's 1-877-693-5236. Now, as we mentioned earlier, all public beaches in Sarasota County are now closed due to the approaching storm. Check out video taken earlier today of crews using heavy equipment to move the lifeguard stands to higher ground so they won't get washed away by the waves and storm surge. This scene from Lido Beach, where it was a pretty nice day today, but things are changing.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist.
Well, we'll have one day tomorrow, Scott, to get things done and kind of finalize your plan to get ready to hunker down here as we look to see the strong part of Irma come our way beginning Sunday. Sunday morning, the winds will start to pick up. We could see tropical storm force winds as early as, let's say, 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, beginning in South counties and then traveling to our North counties. Hurricane force winds will be fairly obvious across parts of central portions of Florida and fairly likely across Sarasota and Manatee counties in gusts. We could get gusts as high as 80, 90, and even 100 miles an hour with this storm. And it continues to drift a little bit further off to the west. It's going to become more dangerous for us here along the west coast of Florida. Storm surge is not a factor too much right now because we're going to have all offshore flow. This is similar to what we saw with Hurricane Donna back in 1960 as it made its way through, again, near Naples and Fort Myers up and through central Sarasota County, bringing 120-mile-an-hour winds. That was Hurricane Donna back in 1960, and we had all that offshore flow prior to Donna, and it actually emptied out the bay. Folks who lived here around then say, yeah, it looks like you'd almost walk across Tampa Bay because all the winds were out of the northeast to east, out ahead of the actual storm. Once the storm gets to our north, it will be weakening, and so that onshore flow won't be as intense as it is just to the right of the center when it makes landfall. Right there into Florida, into the Keys, as a Category 5 storm with 160-mile-an-hour winds. And then even as it makes landfall, if it does follow this center line, it's still going to make landfall as a Category 4. And if you project this up, more than likely a 2 right here just to the east of Sarasota County. But I caution you, there's still some of that opportunity for it to even inch further off to the west. And if it does that, the winds will be stronger here in Sarasota and Manatee counties. But still, Category 2 windfall, what it does typically, no structural damage in terms of Category 3, 4, and 5. You don't have any building collapses. You do have structures such as, the outdoor porches, if you will. The lanais get ripped apart with a Category 2 hurricane. Trees are uprooted and branches are broken off, and power outages are prevalent throughout the entire area where you see those Category 2 winds and even Category 1 winds. We saw that in Gabrielle in 2001 when we lost power to over 400,000 people here along the west coast of Florida, and that was just a tropical storm. This could be a Category 2 storm as it makes its way through. This is a Category 4 storm. Jose, this is the first time in history of looking at storms that we've had three consecutive Category 4 hurricanes. Harvey, Irma, and now Jose all have been at one point a Category 4 hurricane. So just an amazing thing going on now in the tropics. Well, this is the GFS model, again showing it moving right into southwest Florida, then up through the spine of the state. And that will knock power out to pretty much everyone in the peninsula at that point. And it'll be difficult to get power back on and restore because there'll be such a large area of people without power at that point. And even Georgia is going to get some tough weather there in terms of heavy rainfall. Speaking of rain, rainfall amounts are starting to increase too because of this westerly push. So flooding, it becomes a real possibility here. So don't let your guard down on that either. We could see now, it looks like 4 to possibly 8 inches of rainfall, torrential rains throughout the event, and that may go even higher depending upon whether this storm slips a little bit further off to the west, and it still has a chance to do that at this juncture. And it looks like we will see hurricane force winds into Manatee, Sarasota, Hardee, and DeSoto counties. That is a hurricane warning in the red that you see there, hurricane watch north of that area. And I think at one point the entire peninsula will be under a hurricane warning for this particular event. I wanted to show you this last graphic here before we get to the 7-day. This is the beginning of the tropical storm force winds. We're talking 40 to 50 miles an hour. Notice the time, Sunday at 3 a.m. So when you go to bed Saturday, if you can get to sleep, you're going to start to see these tropical storm force winds move in. And this area in orange are the high-end tropical storm force winds. We're talking 60 to 70 miles an hour, and now we're talking just after noon on Sunday. And that enters into our weather picture. And then you can see through 9 o'clock, we'll be dealing with strong tropical storm force winds, but more than likely hurricane force winds at that time. So here's the 7-day forecast. I haven't got time to get all the weather, but this is what all the weather's about right now, Irma. And 40% chance for storms on Saturday. And then we'll see 80%. That'll probably go to 100, obviously. And then Monday morning, things should start to calm down a little bit. As the sun rises, we'll see that west to southwest wind and the rain chances decreasing through the rest of the week. Scott.
All right, Bob, thanks so much, and we'll be right back.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sport Utility for $269 per month, or a 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We have a great selection of certified pre-owned Lincolns. These vehicles have warranties up to 100,000 miles and come with complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Sun Coast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Need a light bulb? Batteries Plus Bulbs has a huge selection of LEDs starting as low as $1.49.
The one inside the clothes dryer.
Oh, you use the clothes dryer.
Visit batteriesplus.com for a store near you.
I heard about the Detoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Detoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Detoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job. I am Goodwill, yeah.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
For only the 5th time ever, Disney World is shutting down its parks due to Irma. Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios will be closed Saturday beginning at 7 p.m. through Monday. Epcot, Animal Kingdom, and Disney Springs will close tomorrow at 9 p.m. and again through Monday. The very latest on Hurricane Irma right after this. Stay with us.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our autumn upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.